All right, I am here with head coach of Oklahoma, Roger Kish. Coach Kish, how's things going today?
James, are good, man. It's a sunny day and nice out here in Norman, Oklahoma. Couldn't be happier, man.
Awesome. How's the off season been for you guys? Have you been busy?
Yeah, I tell you what, it's been a great summer for the Sooner squad. We've had a lot of time in the room and got a chance to continue to develop and build these guys and give them some good experience along the way. And it's been nice to see the levels that this group has jumped here in such a short period of time. So we're really excited about where they're at, and it's exciting for the future of Oklahoma.
So, you come on last season kind of at the start of that summertime. How has it been now after having a full season when you look back at that first off season to now? What's it kind of felt like?
Yeah, I tell you, the first season's always a whirlwind. A lot of learning, a lot of getting to know the athletes, the administration, our community, alumni, donors, etc. And so it's a lot. And our staff has done a great job at being able to communicate our message and make sure we have the opportunities and provide our community experiences to get to know us and kind of see how we operate, our philosophies, and how we do things here at Oklahoma. So certainly a whirlwind in that first year, but now we kind of got our legs under us, and we're a bit more comfortable and more confident in what's going on around here, that we can really get this ball rolling.
That's awesome. So let's kind of talk about that first season for you guys.
Sure.
Um, Starting with NCAA's, finished 23rd, your best finish since 2016, and first top 25 since 2021. What kind of led to that? I mean, your first year you coming in and make such a splash like that.
It's the reality is it's nowhere near where we need to be or where we can be. So it was a good first season for us, as there's been a lot of changes, and utilizing our guys the best way we can. There's been a great amount of gains in the room through relationships and buy-in from the squad that's really helped propel us to take some big jumps forward here. And I think that was just a stepping stone. Now that these young men have a good amount of structure under them, and they're organized, and they understand how we do things, it's really led to just really significant growth in our squad, in their wrestling and their confidence, and at the end of the day, their belief system and our staff and what we do and how we do it. So that first year was certainly a grind for all of us, and a transition for everyone. And our team took it in good stride, and they bought in, and we've seen a good bit of growth from it. So really proud of the guys, really proud of the staff, and our support system has been really second to none.
That's awesome. So last season, you had some guys that we started the year with, but maybe or knew about, but didn't finish the year with. Moshe Schwartz, kind of big coming in, podium contender type of guy, but he gets injured pretty quick. Kind of talk about, I know you guys had some rotation at that weight for through the year, what that was like.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, Moshe is certainly a really good talent. He's got the ability to beat just about anybody at that weight, and in my mind, and so having him fall to injury was devastating on him, and really challenged the team. And the bright side is it made some other guys step up in some different areas to kind of fill the void, and provided some great experience for some younger guys, and all of it kind of led to a reasonable amount of success and team growth along the way, right? A level of support with one another. So looking at it optimistically, it was difficult to see, but there was a lot of growth along the way.
One of those guys that was in that weight here and there was KJ Evans while he was redshirting. Coming off redshirt now, him and DJ Parker are two guys that kind of stood out to me as keeping an eye on. What are your expectations for them this season?
Yeah, well, I tell you what, uh, you know, he's a unique talent. He's got all kinds of abilities. For a guy like KJ, he's one guy that just needs more experience and more time. And, he's got all the natural attributes for success. And, just being able to let him touch on, some experience has helped a little bit of growth in his game and his confidence. As far as DJ Parker, I mean, he's a guy that we know is got the tools to be successful. He's proven that, and his level of commitment to success is really second to none. So I would certainly expect big things out of DJ Parker this season.
That's awesome. So moving into this offseason, you guys had the number 3 ranked recruiting class. I think Cam Sikora did a long show with Earl talking about that, breaking it down. And I was looking at that class last night and noticed just how many guys are from the home state of Oklahoma,
Yeah.
which is kind of feels a bit like a shift from what it had been. So was that an emphasis for you guys as far as recruiting goes this year?
For us, obviously, the state of Oklahoma produces great wrestlers, great athletes. There's an enormous amount of support for the sport of wrestling, and the high school and club coaches that are involved in wrestling in Oklahoma are truly fantastic coaches and people. And as we get to know those guys and continue to build those relationships, there's a lot of buy-in from them and a lot of confidence in us that these Oklahoma boys are going to be fully prepared to have quite a collegiate career. And we can see the talent. You don't got to go far from Norman, Oklahoma to find good wrestlers. And it's something we're really happy about. And we made certain that it was a priority that we provide a home for the best Oklahoma wrestlers.
That's awesome. So another addition you guys made was Mark Hall. What at what point were you guys starting to search for that position? And when Mark Hall came in, what was that like?
In the transition, the coaching transition, it was an area that we felt could really help us in bigger ways, right? Someone with a little more wrestling knowledge and experience and understands that dynamic. And we've had a long lasting relationship with Mark. We're both him and I are both from Michigan. Actually, came out of the same youth club together, so we were very familiar with one another. And he certainly had a career that is unbelievable in wrestling, and to be able to have that knowledge and a guy who's that driven to find success and be a part and help a team grow is something that just stood out for me and our coaching staff. So to have him here and working with our guys and give us some fresh ideas and fresh takes on wrestling or otherwise, and different aspects of our game has been phenomenal. He's been a great addition. We're really excited for him and his future here.
That's awesome. It feels like you guys really, every coach has that weight distribution too. You kind of hit every weight with your lightweights, middleweights, and heavyweights now. So another, not necessarily for Oklahoma wrestling, but the Oklahoma University making the move to the SEC. I know you guys are planning on staying in the Big 12, but has there been any shift for y'all?
It's we were welcomed as the athletic department transitioned to the SEC. The Big 12 wrestling group, felt that it was in the best interest to keep Oklahoma as part of the Big 12, and our we've dug in and got some deep trenches with Big 12 wrestling. So it was certainly welcoming to hear all of the coaches unanimously vote that Oklahoma needs to be a part of Big 12, and we're excited to continue our path and create some great legacy here in Big 12 wrestling.
So I know that the Bedlam rivalry is a little up in the air in a lot of other sports, but it seems like it's sticking around in wrestling at least.
Yeah, we're excited. I know, our friends in Stillwater have, they got a lot of good things going on there. We're excited to continue working together and building wrestling here in the state of Oklahoma. And, just finding new and creative ways to grow wrestling and bring excitement to the competitions is something I know David and I have talked about. And we're excited to work together and find, what's best.
So speaking on rivalries, just full disclosure, I'm a Mizzou grad. I live in Columbia, so I pay close attention across multiple sports, and I've seen a lot of back and forth for Oklahoma and Missouri football, uh, kind of building a rivalry now that they're going to be seeing each other more often. As the two SEC schools, is there any chance we'll see more of a rivalry emphasis in that duel this year?
Yeah, I think that's going to be a fun duel. Just knowing that both teams are now SEC institutions, and I think being able to again just find creative ways to promote wrestling through the SEC, and having our own unofficial SEC championship, and doing some different things. I know Coach Smith and I are sitting down. We're going to talk about ways to continue to build and grow that, and see if we can't build some momentum here in the SEC for the sport of wrestling.
That's awesome. I've seen a lot of hype for that, and so can't wait to see what comes there. Um, for 2025, for fans, what are your guys' expectations? What do you think fans should kind of be expecting to see just in your second year?
I think the level of competition, the excitement surrounding our athletes, it's our ultimate goal here is to start positioning these guys to be podium contenders up and down our lineup. It's no secret we're ultimately trying to position these guys to have 10 All-Americans to fight for the top spot of the podium. This is a consistent theme around our group, and the confidence that they're working towards is really encouraging, and the level of support that they have for one another is, I mean, it's exciting for us as coaches to see them encourage and push and really build each other up. So it's we expect big things from this group. It's a talented roster with a lot of experience on it, and these guys, they understand what's on the line here for them, and a lot of them it's their last year of collegiate competition. So, it means a lot to them.
Well, one of those guys, it is their last year. I talked to him earlier this offseason. Gavin Sachs coming in from North Dakota State. He said that as soon as he hit the portal, you guys were the first ones to contact him, and it was an easy decision for him. What's it like getting to reconnect with him at OU?
Yeah, I've had the privilege of working with him and recruiting him, and when I was in North Dakota, and so we knew who he was as a young man. We understood well his character and his enthusiasm for the sport of wrestling, and just have the opportunity to work with him again has really been exciting. It's really re-energized our upper middle weights, and just provided a level of experience in a unique style of wrestling that's really going to help all aspects of our guys throughout a number of weights. So you're not going to find a guy more enthusiastic about competing, and he's really an energetic kid. So he brings the level of wrestling and excitement up in our room every single day. So he's just a phenomenal young man. We're really excited.
Yeah, every time we've gotten a chance to talk to him, he's been outstanding.
Yeah.
So, you've talked about, touched on it a couple different times, but compared to last season, the biggest thing is that guys are just more used to your coaching style. Is it culture? Is it what has been maybe the biggest difference as a coaching staff from last year?
I think it's just really implementing the structures and the philosophy that we've carried, and it is highly based on the relationships that we have with our athletes and our families in our community. And so you get a lot of buy-in from these guys, and so it's been incredible to see them just take it in stride and make sure that they can fulfill their obligations to the team and to themselves. And you provide those structures and put them in place, and you create a level of expectation that all athletes and all team members are required to achieve. It just elevates that room and elevates the standard, and it excels the level of competition immediately. And so again, it's just a team effort. We got a number of great athletes that are 100% buy-in. Our coaching staff, we've worked together and introducing some of our philosophies or my philosophies. They've bought in, and they're true professionals and great coaches. So it's, I mean, you look at the coaching staff, it really is one of a kind, and there's just a level of success at all levels of our staff. So we're really proud of our coaching staff and our team. It's been fun and encouraging for me to see how well it just meshes.
Awesome. We've talked and highlighted a bunch of different guys on your roster, but going into next season, is there anyone that you feel like isn't being discussed in the national scene as much, or maybe just not known to people that you're seeing in the room that you think will have a big impact this year?
I again, you talk about those transfers. We had one young man recently join us, and he's been just a tremendous addition to our program. And he brings a level of experience and leadership to our lightweights, and that's Cleveland Belton. And he's had the ability to get in and start working, and he's a tremendous athlete. He understands the sport very well. I expect big things out of Cleveland this season.
That's awesome. I think that's about all I got. We touched on a lot of things today. Is there anything that you want fans to know, or that you thought we talked about today that we didn't get into that you want to highlight?
Well, I tell you what, I think just recognizing the level of support through the state of Oklahoma, man, it'd be hard for me to not give a shout out to our wrestling community and the fans and supporters in Oklahoma. It's been phenomenal to see them pour support into our program and cheer us on, and the just that wrestling community, the coaches, the club coaches, they're just a lot of buy-in. So really grateful for our fans and the folks around Oklahoma that have really stepped up to help support this group in a number of ways. And it's really impressive, and I'm very grateful to see it. So yeah, big shout out.
That's awesome. Oklahoma getting back into that national discussion and really getting back to the history is really cool to see. So thanks for coming on today, Coach. Thanks for talking with me, and good luck this season.
My pleasure. Thanks, James.
Awesome.